building to order. First item, approval of the June 1st building committee minutes.
So moved.
Oh, do we, I'm sorry, first item needs to be that I need to appoint someone, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Sarah, do you want to stay on again?
Is that your motion?
Pardon?
Is that your own motion?
I'll make my motion that we appoint someone. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Great. Welcome.
Thank you.
I gotta fix this. All right. Facilities update, Mr. Toddy.
Good evening.
Oh, approval, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Approval of the June 1st meeting.
So,
Second.
Any corrections, additions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Now, Mr. Toddy, facilities update.
I'm gonna try this corner for the next piece. Facilities update, I'll begin with custodial, where I always begin. Summer cleaning is in full swing. Right here, you can see a picture of this Spalding High School where the contents of all the classrooms is moved out into the hallways. The classrooms are being stripped, cleaned, waxed, and the contents will be moved back in. That process is not just happening at Spalding High School, it's happening all over the district. Grounds, if you were paying attention during the Personnel Committee, you'll realize that all of our grounds positions are now full. That is pretty exciting. We have not had that status in quite a while. We've been keeping up with the mowing with all the rain. It's stuff grows faster than we can mow it down. And the grounds guys have been working very closely with the rec department to get everything lined up for the Lilac Family Fun Festival, which is going to happen this weekend. So everybody be sure to come down and enjoy some fireworks. Maintenance section, we're going to have some staffing changes through a promotion and through a pending retirement. Want to let everyone know I'm going to be meeting with Foley, Buell & Roberts. They're a structural engineer firm that we've worked with in the past. William Allen School, if you remember on a tour, there's a crack in the back of the building, and we monitor that crack pretty closely. I can't tell you that it's moved. I also can't tell you that it hasn't moved. And when I end up with that in my mind, I call a structural engineer. So we're gonna get out there Monday and take a look at it. I think, last summer, we did a ton of heavy excavation very near to that spot with the new pipe that went in for the drainage system. It was part of the city project. And I think that might be, maybe there was a lot of vibration. Maybe we moved a little bit, but we're gonna get some eyes on it and keep that. So stay tuned on that. I'm also meeting CSI engineers on Monday at the middle school to begin working with the city on the generator that serves that building as a shelter. It doesn't do everything that it's supposed to do. The city's funding a project, I'm managing it, and we're gonna try to get through that. East Rochester floor replacement is under full swing. There's the hallway. Beautiful shrunken tiles are coming out. Here's one of the classrooms. You can see they have a ride-on floor scraping machine, which is pretty exciting. We'll have to talk about getting one of those here someday.
I was just thinking that.
Maple Street Magnet School flooring replacements are underway. On the left, you can see the first floor hallway. On the right is one of the classrooms, and this is my favorite picture. That is the multi-purpose room on the second floor at Maple Street. That floor is completely gone. Air quality improvement project is broken, as you recall, into 4 pieces. The controls segment, McClellan and Middle School are in full swing. We're picking up the boilers now, and those should be done pretty soon. The McClellan rooftop project is project 2, 100%. We just heard some comments about the sound improvement and the comfort improvement in the space, so that's really nice to hear that feedback. Project 3 is the Spalding High School. And we're in full summer slam right now. We're focusing on the west half of the building, which is the teacher's lot side, not Wakefield Street, the other side. First and second floor from the gym to the center of the building. That's this summer. The other half is next summer. And the middle school VAV project, moving the rooftop units, the first floor is done. And we're beginning demo in the attic now. I think they were waiting for some cool weather to get there to the attic and start working. So good luck to them. Some pictures of the ESSER projects. This is a big hole in the back of the high school. The stairwell that you can see in the foreground is now gone. That's been filled in, and we'll have a new door and an entranceway through the opening. This is looking down into the boiler room. There's 3 boilers in this picture. On the right is the boiler that's gone. In the center is a boiler that's gone. In fact, I think I just saw it driving down 202 on my way in tonight. On the left is a boiler that will stay in service one more winter to provide steam for the parts of the building that have not yet been converted, so we're phasing it in. This is the attic, where you used to have to crawl through that big antique fan. It's all wide open, brightly lit. There's new lighting up there. You can see lots of new pipe and reheat coils, insulated ductwork, ton of work going on up there. Gonic mini split AC project is complete. Batting cages, 100% complete. I grabbed this picture. You can drive by and see the finished product tonight if you'd like to. I grabbed this one. These are our friends Hisson Concrete is piping up the concrete. They're our partner in the East Rochester flooring project. And here they are putting some concrete pads down for the batting cages. And lead in drinking water is 100% complete. We finally got our last results in. Every fixture in the district has been tested, remediated, retested, remediated, retested, remediated, retested, about 5 cycles, and we're finally through it. And we'll be gearing up very shortly to begin another one. We have to complete 3 rounds. We've completed 2. We need to complete 3 by the end of 24. So we'll be kicking into that pretty soon. Work orders for the period of June 1st, 23 through June 30th, 23, completed 99 work orders. That's up from 85 the previous reporting period. We created 153 new work orders, down slightly from 162 the previous reporting period. Gives us a close ratio of 0.65 to 1, which is up from 0.52 to 1. Now open 49 from the June batch, and average days from assigned to complete is 9.35 days, which is up a bit from 8.1 in the previous reporting period. That is all I have for facilities update. Thank you.
Very nice. Any questions for Mr. Toddy? It was sad to see the floor at Maple. That was such a beautiful old floor up in the gym area, but
It
I know.
was, but it had served valiantly
purpose. I know.
for much like the floor in the music area at the high school. It's a gorgeous thing, but it's just tired and dumb.
Yep. Any questions? No? Thank you. Next item, athletic field use requests.
Okay, so we've been getting more requests for using our athletic fields. And I'll preface this whole thing by saying we've let Post 7 play on the varsity field up here for longer than I've been around, and we've never charged them any money for that. It's in our policy that we charge money for outside groups. Their fee has always been waived. But as I get additional groups asking, I want to come to you and see. So I have 2 groups asking right now. Tides Baseball has asked for 4 dates at the Spalding High School. They're a collegiate level organization, not affiliated with a school. Their roster is well represented with Spalding alumni, graduates that are in 4-year colleges now, that are just playing some summer ball. The program has a history of philanthropy. They do fundraisers for this and that. They've asked for 4 dates. Babe Ruth has asked for 11 dates at the middle school, and Babe Ruth, I can't say enough. If you folks remember when COVID hit and the irrigation project went south on us and we lost a season of play here, Babe Ruth opened their field to the Spalding High School team. Our varsity players played on Babe Ruth. They asked for nothing. They opened their doors to us, and now they want to use our facility, but the policy says I need to charge them. So I'm asking if the board to consider waiving fees for these 2 groups, for these usages, or let me know to bill them, and I will.
Okay. Do we have a motion to waive the fees?
I'll make a motion to waive fees for the 2 identified baseball organizations.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Discussion? No? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes, thank you. Item 4, seal coating and line painting of parking and play area bid.
So we have 4 respondents to a mandatory walkthrough. We have 4 qualified bidders for the project. We have money in CIP for the project, and I'm going to ask that we reject all bids.
you gonna put it back out to bid?
Well, thank you for asking. So this is an example of when you know better, you do better. So what was specified in this is coal tar-based sealant. It's legal, it's what we use, it's what's available in New Hampshire. But through this process, I've got a bit of an education that there's an alternative. It's an asphalt emulsion seal coating. Right now, coal tar is banned completely in 17 states, or completely or partially in 17 states, including Maine, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and New York. It's probably not long before it's banned here and everywhere else. The problem with the coal tar is polyacrylic aromatic hydrocarbons. So if you think about, you've watched your neighbor, they seal coat their driveway and it's dark black and it's beautiful. And a year later it's kind of gray, and a year later it's gone. Where'd it go? It got lost to abrasion. And those particles, very clearly, I'm holding in my hand a study by the US Geodetic Survey. Those particles get into your clothing, they get into your house, they get into your carpets. Their children are especially susceptible, and it's a carcinogen. That's why they're banning it in these states. That's why we're getting rid of it. The asphalt-based emulsion, this is kind of like when we had to get rid of lead paint. Everybody was like, oh, the latex is garbage, it's not that good. So the asphalt-based emulsions, if they're mixed properly and applied properly, they'll have the same life expectancy. They're almost the same cost. If you go back to the bids that we looked at, the bottom bidder, the high bidder, $21,000, that is an asphalt-based emulsion. So it's not a huge, significant change to go to the other one. The only real vulnerability to the asphalt-based emulsion is if you spill gasoline on it, it's pretty susceptible to that, whereas coal tar wouldn't be. So if there's a car accident, somebody leaks gasoline, pretty rare. So for me, it comes down to an ethical decision. Do I ask you for the coal tar because it's legal in New Hampshire? And Mr. Toddy's ethical decision-making criteria is this: if I won't do it with my kids, I'm not going to ask you to do it with your kids. My driveway, I'm not putting coal tar on it now that I know this.
Right.
So I'm not going to ask you to put coal tar in a playground for your kids. So to answer your question, yes, I will rebid it out. Will I be able to get it done this summer? Probably not. I could do some crack sealing this summer, but I'm probably out of time to get it done. That's okay, I'd rather play it safe.
Do we need a motion to reject all bids?
Make a motion to reject all bids and the seal coating and line painting.
A second? Second. Thank you, Sandy.
Question.
Any discussion? Oh, go ahead.
Is this is a new lot, right? We just had it resurfaced?
Yes. Yes,
Just
well,
like
we're
a
doing the
year
whole,
ago?
so that lot was done in 3 sections. The crescent was done as part of a drainage improvements out front. And then we did the big teacher's lot, which is half teacher's lot and half playground, including that. And then there's another play lot that has not been done at all. This project included all 3 vintages of pavement. Ideally, you want to get them sealed, in the first 5 years of life the oils get in there and it just helps protect the life cycle of the parking lot from everything the research I've done on it. And we haven't had a robust seal coating program in the district ever, so we're moving in that direction. We've got a lot of new parking lots in the past few years, and now we're going to cycle into protecting them. We're going to be doing this at other schools. We want to get it right. We want to use anything that's going to put anyone at risk.
Thank you.
Sir.
Any other questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Great. We reject the bid. Next item, McClellan Elementary School Library Furnishings bid.
So we have 3 bidders responded to an RFP. The low bidder did not respond completely. You can see the cost difference. The low bidder was $11,004, and the next bidder was $66,300. The 2 that bid the entire package were $66,300 and $67,700, very close. I'm sure either one of them could do a fine job. Hertz Furniture Systems provided the library furnishings for the high school. They did a wonderful job. I'm sure they can provide these furnishings as well. There is dollars in fiscal '24 bonded CIP, but I can't give you that object yet because the budget hasn't quite been built yet. We're still waiting to coordinate with the city till we can get all those numbers. But Ms. Kelly and I have been in contact, and if you guys can make a motion to approve Hertz Furniture in the amount of $66,354.76 from McClellan Library Furnishings out, to be paid out of fiscal '24 bonded CIP.
So moved.
Second.
Second. Any discussion? Great, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Next item, McClellan floor replacement bids.
Okay, so again, this is the same, the project that we're doing for, it's a bonded CIP line of district-wide library improvements, and the first library we're targeting is McClellan. We're gonna get the furnishings, and we're also gonna replace the floor. We had a mandatory bidders conference, there was only one bidder that showed up. We have one bid. I'm Sherwin-Williams, we've worked with them quite a bit. They're a subcontractor to our subcontractor doing the floors at Maple Street as we speak. They've done lots of work for us across the district. I have no concerns that they'd be able to do the work. So I'm asking to approve Sherwin-Williams in the amount of $25,205.84 for the McClellan floor replacement project, again, to be funded from fiscal '24 bonded CIP.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second, any questions? Go ahead, Matt.
Mr. Tony, this falls within the budget.
It does, the bonded CIP line is, I believe, $120,000 in library furnishings. And we just spent about 86 here. We've got some demo and some electrical we're gonna do in-house. And then the balance of that, we're gonna start talking about Chamberlain.
Okay, thank you.
Great. Any other questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes, thank you. Next item, district approved electricians.
So, just want to bring this back to your attention because we sometimes don't visit these things enough. We have 1 million square feet of real estate with every piece of, every conceivable type of electric infrastructure is somewhere in our district. I'm sure there's now a tube out there. We try to get rid of all of it. I think we got rid of all of it, but I'm sure there's a piece or two somewhere that we don't know about that's still in service. And everything from there up to modern stuff. So since I've been in my position, we had Negum Electric is approved as our partner. Negum is a Somersworth-based company. It's family. There's a father and two sons. Both the sons are Spalding alumni. They live in Rochester. They haven't changed they're asking for the same rate that they've been charging us since 2021, which is $90 an hour for journeyman, $65 an hour for apprentice. And we have they're extremely responsive. I mean, when there is an emergency, they come. We're important to them. So I'm asking that we continue with Negum Electric as the district approved electrician. You could ask me to go back out to bid to find somebody else. The reason I want to have a district approved electrician is there's just too much above the ceiling, you know what I mean? If there's 10 chefs and the food stinks, I don't know who to blame, right? I need one person that's accountable for my electric infrastructure, for our electric infrastructure. I'd like that to be Negum.
Do I have a motion? Do
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the district electrician? Any discussion, comments?
Do we just basically do a 1-year agreement with them, Dave? Or is it?
Well, the way I'd like to leave it, with your permission, is if they change the rates, that will trigger me to put it out to bid or to come back to you. Or if for some reason we're unhappy, as long as we're happy and they're at this rate,
Yeah?
I don't see a reason to if it ain't broke, don't fix it, kind of an approach.
I agree, I just want to make sure, and I guess that's the gist of the question. If they go up in rates, then we...
That would trigger a re-examination and we'd have to have a conversation.
Thank you.
So we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Other discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Perfect. Next item, 5-year plan. Do we have,
The other thing you have is, item 2 is eliminate modulars, which is already part of the new school plan. So you'd have to do a motion to eliminate that as one of your top 3 items. And then, your work now is to get updates on your other 2 items before the September meeting, when you present that to 5-year. And then if you guys wanna move anything forward. So I would start with a motion, get a motion to eliminate modulars, eliminate modulars.
eliminate modulars?
I make a motion to, under 5-year, building committee strategic goals, to eliminate item 2, modular classrooms.
Did you second, Sarah?
Yeah, I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And then,
Your other pieces, is there anything to be parking lot, would you like to move up to your top 3? One item is lower field lights with scoreboard versus middle schools, and then the other one, or paint schedule and lead mitigation schedule for the district.
anything you guys want to move up?
I'd like to see the middle school complex moved up, sports complex.
Can I make a,
We're working on lead in everything.
Go ahead.
Hi, thank you. If you're gonna go for the athletic piece,
Yeah.
just phrase it globally, because we've got a track that we know is nearing the end of its useful life. We've talked about lights, we've talked about seating, we talked about restrooms at the middle school. We've talked about the weight room. We've got some nice new equipment in there, but the room is still kind of lousy. We've talked about locker rooms. We've heard a lot about showers in locker rooms. We should probably just take a global approach to, from middle school and high school athletic facilities and get a full needs review, which is something we would probably bring in an architect. And I've already been speaking with Mr. Hebert. He's put together his list of what he kind of sees. And he's also reaching out to his network to see, because the athletic needs is a very specialized area. So a general architect may not be that knowledgeable in it. So Mr. Hebert has put a call out to his network to see if we can find somebody that specializes in exactly this. Because if we're gonna go after it, we should really probably go after the whole package instead of the nickel and dime approach, which tends to cost us more in the long run.
To his point?
Yes.
That's what item 3 is already, when you said it, item 3 is already that. It says study of athletic complex across all schools.
So then the lighting in the lower field is a separate issue. Those really are the same issue.
It's all part, it would be all part of it.
Yeah.
So we'll eliminate that parking lot item then.
So the other one in the parking lot was the lead and lead
Lead paint.
Lead
Paint
paint.
schedule and
paint schedule and
lead
lead
mitigation.
mitigation, meaning lead paint or lead, like drinking water, lead period, because we're working on that.
That was not
currently.
specified in the community survey. We
Yeah.
can do with that as we wish.
You want to talk about that? Yep, sorry.
in your exercise, Dave,
Yeah,
jumping
so
up and
there
down.
you go, Mike. Getting credit for all of these steps.
Yes.
So for my part, it would be about a painter and a painting cycle was part of our requirements from our Department of Health inspections. If there's any scratch paint in any pre-1978 building, it should be covered. To me, it should get painted. That's almost everything that we own is pre-1978. I'm not saying there's lead everywhere. I'm saying there's a potential of lead in a lot of places. This might get picked up, and I guess it's one of the good things about the 5-year plan is sometimes you get this serpentine effect where different committees are coming at it from different ways. And in personnel committee, if we're talking about a staffing needs, I think we could pick up a painter from that angle too. So that might dovetail nicely with the 5-year that personnel is addressing.
So is that a motion to move it up?
So what was that?
The motion is to move paint schedule / lead mitigation up to your top 3 goals.
Okay. Did you want to make that motion, Dave?
I
Move the
did,
paint?
yeah,
You did.
I did.
Second?
Second? Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Is that it?
You guys are actually now ahead of all committees,
Oh.
Wow.
so you're the overachievers, digital.
Yeah, that's me.
Now you just need to do that. You gotta do this stuff now,
Okay,
okay?
all right, we'll do it.
Which,
So- That might, if I may, lead to a question. How do we get started on our study of arts and drama needs at high school? And we know that the athletic complex, we're searching for an architect, so that's in works. But what do we do about the arts and drama?
You would ask the superintendent to go to his district administrators to bring updates concerning those areas and what are their thoughts and plans as you guys, what was already in the budget, what's the plan, schedule, so that'd be a future meeting, you guys would do that under 5 years going forward.
Did you have something, Dave? Sarah?
Yeah, I should have asked this earlier for Dave, I apologize. For the McClellan Elementary School Library furnishings bid, that includes the furniture and the installation?
Yes.
Thank you, that was it. Thank you.
That's okay. What do you guys, do you have something else, Matt?
Well, I'm just pointing out that under district goals is where chorus and drama band space review, under the
Yeah.
district goals.
So it's even higher than the committee goal.
But the committee actually has to do the work for it, because it's a building initiative. Or it might be shared.
So that would be the top work for the committee, under the district goals, and then the other are parking lot.
I think it would be more appropriate for someone on the committee to ask the superintendent to work on this than someone who's not on the committee.
Do we have someone that wants to?
Can I just make a point?
Sure.
I think there's 2 items, correct me if I'm wrong, in the budget. One, wasn't it band and chorus floor, but it wasn't just gonna be the floor, you're really gonna look at what's going on in that space, if I remember right. And then the athletic complex, I think you said was it another year for the track?
Right now, we believe that we have repair kits. If the service starts to fail in small areas, we can do small localized repairs. What we can't do is a new rubber coating, because the rubber coating company refused to put any more rubber on until we redo the substrate. The paving underneath is 4 inches of paving, or it's gotta get ground out and redone. The money for the band and chorus project is in budget, and we will begin talking with, find different paths, there's a few different paths forward on that I will begin researching, get my thoughts coalesced, and I can do a presentation. I think we should probably get through the summer. If you always want to get me to the fall, we can start talking about that.
It's already in the works.
And that your schedule is to work on that next summer, right?
Yes, that would be, that's as soon as we could get, the fastest we could get it done is next summer.
Right.
So it'd be next summer or beyond, but target would be next summer. Yeah, and we already have, you recall, EEI did 20% drawings of the space. We've already met with stakeholders. We've got 20% drawings. We have a really good idea of what we want to do in there. It's in a lot of ways, it's a lot simpler than the athletic needs piece, because it's these 3 ropes, right? It's bounded by 4 walls. I can figure that out. The athletic needs is kind of sprawling. There's a little bit more that's going to go into that one.
Good.
If I remember correctly, one of the concerns when this was first brought up was we have, I don't know, 200 kids, 300 kids are involved in music, drama, and arts and what have you. And there could be other needs that we aren't aware of, maybe as far as building more space. And I think that was part of the space study suggestion, but what do we not have that we may need in the future? Correct me if I'm wrong, I might be wrong on that, but, so I didn't know, it's one thing to fix the problems we have, but then there's also, what else is there that is needed in that department?
Well, I will make that part of what I come back to you with, because I think that's an excellent point. I know we talked about elementary level spaces, and, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And I think that's why it's in two separate places. So under the district goals is the immediate high school space. And then under the committee's parking lot, is that?
Yeah, it's stuff in the committee survey, the community
It's the
survey.
chorus, drama, band, space review, looking at, I think, and it's not necessarily the high school, I think it's all spaces, because I could rest assured that the elementary practice rooms are non-existent, or, you know, that sort of thing, so. That's why it shows up in both positions.
Okay, do we have anything else under 5-year before we move on? Any public comment? No? Any other? Motion to adjourn?
So
So,
moved.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.